Hi Janelle, this is Susan Freilich. Heather asked me to make you a video with some of the gradebook features, so hopefully I'll touch on exactly what it was that you wanted to understand further. And please let me know if you have more questions. So let's go ahead and make the screen a little bit bigger with the gradebook. You probably know that the deeper shade pink will easily give you an idea of your students who are struggling, and then the lighter the pink or white indicates a student doing extremely well on their individual assignments. So to be able to go into any assignment and see the particular questions, you just need to click on the score by the student's name. So let's go ahead and do that. We're opening up this one assignment, Chapter 19 homework for this student, and it lists every single question in the assignment, and we can click on any one of the questions to get more information. Note you have a column for the score on the question itself, the percent, and then when it was submitted. So let's go ahead and click on this one. And at the top, you actually can see the exact score on this exercise, hints that were used, etc. Exact time the assignment was started and completed, and duration. And by scrolling down the screen, you will see every single part. If it's a multi-part question, you'll see if the student took advantage of any of the hints and when this was opened. And then see how many times they attempted to answer. In this case, the student had one response, it was correct, and the green shaded box shows the feedback the student was given. So we can scroll down for every part and continue to see all these details. Now on this particular part D, the student used one hint but responded twice. This was the first response under the proposed. This was the feedback given the student. Then the second answer choice, which was correct, and we show the feedback given the student. And you can again see that for any one of the questions in your assignments. Now, by closing this and going back to the gradebook, I also want you to know that you can click on the title of any one of your assignments to get to the diagnostics view. And this is where we give you 7 different reports. So for example, if we look at student score, we can go down here. Each one of these can be filtered in various ways. This one by name or score, low, high, high, low. So if we go low, high and click right into the report, we see all the students' names, and by hovering the percent they got on as a score, and then we can also click into the bars. In this case, this takes us right into Chapter 20 homework, and again, each one of those exercises which you can click on and see how they answered, etc. One other thing about the gradebook that some instructors like to know is there for them are these little thermometers. So when they're all green, they show that the student completed every single item in the assignment itself, every single question. This thermometer is almost halfway full, and it shows that the student completed 3 out of the 7 4-credit items. Now, you are able to do some filtering in here. Bear with me if you already know that this exists, but you can find individual students by putting in their name, or you can limit yourself to your different categories. And sometimes it helps to have your gradebook filtered like that. There is a new tab that you may or may not have noticed. It's Early Alerts. It is still in beta. So this was something that was added this fall only for the Campbell and Mastering Biology, and we give you a course summary. This does update every day, and it's based on the most recent 3 weeks activity of your students. So you can see their trend over here. Obviously the hurricane was a bit stressful for everybody. We also will give you the student list 3.4% of your students are at medium risk right now, and 96.6 are at low or no risk, high activity. So in scrolling down, you'll see each of the students' names, and from August 21st until the end of October, we will show you very nicely colored where their risk lies. And at a glance, you can get a really good idea of who you may want to reach out to, keep an eye on. So for example, this student was doing really well, or there was nothing for at the beginning, and then doing well, and then all of a sudden is at high risk. There are different factors that are feeding into this. One of them is if they are answering correctly on the first attempt or wildly using a lot of attempts. So in the early alert itself, there is a question mark right here. And when you open it, it does give you a nice description of exactly what we are doing with the early alerts, using the algorithm based on their performance and behavioral data. So we really would like to have your feedback because we want to make this very helpful for the instructors. So for each of the risk factors, you can give feedback and tell us if it is helpful or not, and be very specific. Feel free to give us negative comments, what you would like to see, and so on, and feedback for each of the high risk trends: high risk, medium, and the low risk, which is where it looks like most of your students are falling. I hope this helped. Please let us know if you have any more questions, and I'm happy to either answer them or get the answers if I don't know. Thank you.